everybody. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is good. I hope everybody is having a wonderful, wonderful day or week. It is, what is today's day? Is today Friday? Yes, today is Friday. I have some time today. I did go on a job interview, so I'm hoping I get it. Let's hope I get one of the two interviews I went on over the last few weeks. I heard back from the other four. I didn't get the interview, so there's still two more that are out and about. So I'm really hoping against hope that I get the job. So you never know. Sometimes you do a good interview and you don't get the job. So we're gonna do things a little bit differently. Today we will be coloring. That's just the second part. So I have picked this picture from the special issue of Color in Heaven. Some of you know that this I got this a few days ago. Yeah, this is by Maud Lemoyne, and I really want to do this one. This has been like on my wish list ever since I saw it. I know it's gonna be spooky season, but I thought this is a really good picture. I love Maud Lemoyne. This is from that special issue. You can purchase this separately, even if you don't subscribe to it. But if you were a subscriber when you got your Small World special, you should have gotten this with it because it's a 10-year anniversary celebration. But today I'm going to be talking about this book. This is for my book club, the fantasy one. We picked this one. This is called The Coven by Harper L. Woods. This is the first book in the Coven of the Bones. This is about a witch and a vampire romance. Oh my God, the smut is so heavy on this, but I am loving it. Yes, it is a bit of an academy novel. There is a mystery to solve. So I'm going to give you the generals. The two main characters are Willow Mazida and Grayson Thorn. Grayson Thorn happens to be the vampire. And look at this beautiful, beautiful sprayed edges, right? So, this is the sprayed edges. So when you take off the cover, look at that. Look at the dark roses in it. This is what first attracted me to it. And then look at some of you never see this. So I like when I can see this in my books. Right. And then I also like this. Like, I love these little roses in it because one of the things that Willow is an earth witch. And so she gives life to hi, Robin, how are you? I'm talking about this book that I'm reading right now for my fantasy club. This is called the Coven. It is the Coven of Bones series. This is the first book. Oh my God, this book was really, really hot. The sex scenes are really fantastically written. It's not your typical book. Plus, it says death is not your end, and she's trying to resurrect somebody, but she has another bloodline, the main witch, but she's one of the last two of three if you include the older character who is her grandmother or her great grandmother in this. But she says because you're young, you should be trying to find another witch to make a family to continue the bloodline. And she has a younger brother, but nobody in the Coven knows that. But they need her bloodline because she's the 13th seed in that. She fills the 13th seed. There are 13 people, and so the Coven wants to try and get her in there so they can educate her. But this vampire, Grayson Thorn, the moment he sees her, he knows he wants her. Well, no, you know what this technically is? It's technically romantasy, Robin. They have this new category of books. It's romance and fantasy combined. So with me, it's either the fantasy is really good or the romance is really good. Sometimes the romance is so good, but the fantasy gets done, or the world building and the fantasy is really good, and it's not that. But also, I wouldn't exactly call this. This actually fits more into a paranormal. I know, right? Some of my favorite things. I tell you, Robin, I read another book. I read the first part of it for my romantasy club. This is for the fantasy club. It's called Rose in Chains by Julie Soto. It was the worst book I've ever read. And I tell you, beautiful cover, beautiful idea. I mean, everything about the book screams by me. But when I started reading it, it was too much for me to read. It was terrible. This actually kind of washed it down. I am also currently, because I'm almost done. If you look at the book, if you see that, I'm almost done with the book. This one is a good read. So, what am I currently reading other than The Coven? Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry, A Court of Mist and Fury. I'm going to be starting Hell House for the Horror Club, which is due in September. So, that's due the first week of September, so I do have some time to read it. Then in September for the other two clubs, Arcana Academy by Elise Kova, which I love her YA back in the day. So I already know what I can expect from Elise Kova. And Full of Ruin and Wrath by Jennifer Armentrout. The Horror Club for January's read, because it's going to take us two months, so they decided that would be the pick for January. It's called House of Leaves. House of Leaves, I've never read it. It's 746 pages, but my club wanted it, so they picked it for January. So, but it doesn't have, believe it or not, it does not have a Kindle edition. Most of the times when I get a book from a book club and they tell me, oh, this is that, and then there's another book I want to read over Christmas break called The Wrath of Dragons. And that was the book that I got from the book subscription service. It has a beautiful cover. Some of you may have already seen that. So that is what I am currently doing right now. So I'm hoping I get a job soon, a full-time job, which would be really good. But if I got the full-time job, you know what that means for us, right? Guys, it means that we won't get to do coloring as much on the channel, or I'd have to make videos again. I love a good read where I get a little bit of smudge. So we are going to be coloring from the 10th anniversary issue, the special issue that you could have gotten. So I already have my idea of what I'm coloring it in. The hair's going to be red or brown. I haven't made up the decision, but this is going to be purple or pink. I haven't made up my mind yet. Depends on the hair color. Sorry, guys. I have a very distinct thing I want to do here with the colors. So because if I do red hair, it kind of makes it. But if I do brunette, you know who has good browns? Hold on, I need to get the browns out. You know who has beautiful browns? And I really don't want to say they have really good browns. It's my Sorry about that, guys. I had to get the polychromos. So I had to get the polychromos. So I love polychromos very, very much. There's one color that I love more than any other color in the world, and it's a really beautiful brown, but it belongs to the polychromos. Hey, Molly, how are you? We are coloring from the 10th anniversary of the Color in Heaven issue, the special one that they came out with. So that's what we're doing. So this was the special issue, Molly, that they came up with. This is the one you got if you were a subscriber. So it came in the other day. I didn't get my issue last month, so I had to contact them. And what's funny is I just got the Wednesday special in yesterday. And then Wednesday, when we were doing the stream, the other two books came. So yeah, this is the one that's the exclusive line that this celebrates the 10th anniversary of Coven Heaven. I wish they would have given us a digital version as well. But they don't sell the digital version, which is such a shame because that means I only get to color these once unless I buy the pages individually at the person's Etsy store. If they have them available, and some of them don't, some of them do. So I ordered House of Leaves, so because right now it seems to be that there's a big sale. Oh, okay. Hold on. Hold on. This is important. Hi, Mom. Okay, so could you forward me the number? Okay. Marissa, okay. Thank you very much. Bye. Sorry about that. We're in the middle of a stream, so. I don't do it like that, actually. I don't number books. So. So you know how that works. What is book number 22? Is that coloring book or reading book? Or do you have them in numbers? Just curious. Mm-hmm. Hold on, guys. I got to do something real fast. I'll be right back. Why is every time I go on stream, there's a phone call you have to make? 480-662224. And I'm paying once this more in May. Okay, I'll call them up later today. Okay. Sorry, guys, that was an important phone call. I had to get away and make a phone call. I am really sorry about that, guys. That happened because that there were phone calls. It's always when I'm like in the middle of doing a stream that these things happen. You know, if my mother calls, I have to answer her right away. It could be something major. It could be something little. And I'm going to have to call my dental insurance because it seems like I have no luck with these dental insurances. And I pay it every month, and now they're saying that I don't exist in the system. Oh my God, it's so annoying. So I feel like there's like never a good time for insurance, you know. When we have an insurance issue, so I have to call up the place and see what's going on. No, I'm trying to get a new job so I can afford to take care of myself. It's like nothing ever starts and stops when you want it to stop. Originally, I was gonna do her hair in red, but I'm thinking the brown is better because it gives me so many more places to work. I was thinking we're gonna do this purple and pink and some red. I think this will be red and purple. I know a lot of you don't see me use my polychromos too often. You know, what I'm getting at is that some of my pencils are more expensive than others. And I don't understand why everything has gone up so much, you know, even pencils. You know, what's funny, Molly, is that I colored last month in Tales from the Forest Kingdom. You know what happened? The book that I was keeping track of all my coloring, somehow I spilled something on it. I don't know what I spilled on it, but whatever I spilled on it, it was terrible smelling. Mm-hmm. So, so. And I got to call my boss up to make sure I have the money to do the things I need to do. I know, right? It's like you can't get anything. But this woman, Marissa, from my mother's dentist office, because I was using a different dentist, so I'm no longer going back there because I find her rude, obnoxious. The girl who takes care, does the money part of it. She's very. I don't want to say that it's easy to have that job, and I don't want to cast aspirations on her, but she makes me afraid. She makes me feel nervous. She makes me feel all upset. And then one time she told my mother on the phone a price for something, and it turned out to be a totally different price. I'm thinking pink or purple. Because what I want to do is this blue, but it has to complement each other. So you guys understand what I'm saying? It's like I'm thinking purple. I just like purple. Magenta. These are my polychromos. That's what I'm thinking. This would be dark purple. This would be light purple. So then a little pink here and there. Not a lot, but just enough. So I'm going to have to call up the insurance company. This color is called light magenta. I know a lot of you saw my fairy last time. I'm probably going to finish that off camera. But I wanted to do these instead just because I thought they would be a much better. That's the problem when you have the thing above you. So we're probably going to only go an hour. So then I'm going to try and call up the insurance company. If we don't finish this today, then I'm going to say there might be a part 2 for this. And would this count as a color your hoard? Maybe, if we get enough done. But that's only if we finish it. See, we're going to do the center first, and then we're going to go out first. Which means basically I'm going to do this first, and then we do the background stuff. But which I'm kind of surprised there's a lot of background in this picture even. So this is, what is this? This is Pink Matter Lake. You know, I'm lucky I've only read 15 or 16 books this year. As you guys can probably guess, I had my nails done. I got a haircut. The only thing I didn't get done was my eyebrows. You know, when you're going for an interview, you want to look as nice as possible. Wait a minute, I didn't get the hair here. I missed some hair. I think this is part of the cape, but I missed some hair. Yeah, she just wanted some things. We were talking. My mother decided because I'm having issues with my other dentist, that she said I should try her dentist instead. You know, it's like one of these things where you're not happy with your dentist. And every time I'm with this woman and the woman goes about the money, you know, there's always that one person at the office who's like the money person. Wait a minute, that did not come out the right color. Nope, that did not come out the right color. The wrong pencil. That's okay. When it's light, you can do that. This is what you do when you're not sure. This is why I need to start writing down what colors I used. Now I'm taking dark purple. I tell you, this is what happens when you have a lot of sets. But you know, my budget is really low now again. You know, I really do. You know, and some people say they don't like them, but here's the thing: you have to remember, there's so many now, and they've been around for 10 years now. So that says something to the testament of how much people love them. Plus, they try to do issues, and some of their issues, for better or worse, are not my cup of tea. But that doesn't mean that I dislike the magazine in general. Because I think they want to see what works, what doesn't work. You know, what is the style? Every coloring book is going to be different. It's like novels, in a way. You know, sometimes you want spice, sometimes you do not want spice. I love seeing Spice. You know, the subscription is actually worth it. And I think, Molly, some people don't like the subscription model because they go, what if I don't get an issue I don't like? That's fine. You don't have to keep the subscription issue. There have been issues in the past that I didn't like, and I gave it to another person who I knew would like that issue. Does that mean I think the magazine's bad in general? No. Just that I knew that. Just like I knew that book was not going to be for me. Does that make it a bad book? No. I'm not going to say one book is better than the other book because that's not fair. But, you know, I know what I like. So now we're going to take out our wet pencil. Now I'm going to do the skin. The skin is a very important part of our thing. So you get white. You should get one, and I'm going to tell a lot of people they should get one because number one, it is worth it. Number two, you get a lot of great artists that you normally wouldn't have been exposed to otherwise. That's just my personal opinion. This is called Light Flesh, but I'm not going to use it. I don't use the skin tones that come with the polychrome. Not because I don't think they're good. I just don't overall like them, if that's the case. Okay. Cream. Someone asked me, what am I going to do with my cheaper pencils when I'm done with them? Well, with my colors, I'm not buying them again. Number one, because they take up a lot of space. There's a lot of things. But to tell you the truth, I prefer my artist pencils. Not to say they're not a good budget pencil, but for me, I just like my artist pencils. That's not to say that I don't like my other stuff, like my Black Widows. I love my Black Widows. Cream. Pink. This is the only one I have. So the next time I go to like a Michael's or something, what was funny is when I went to the job interview, I found out it was right near a shopping center, but I didn't have enough money to go to the shopping center. So if this job does well, if I get this job, I'll have enough money. We'll stream till about 3 today. That is what I have a limit to. Sometimes I'll do 2 coats of one color just so I get the layers in. You can see I'm building the colors on it. Like I see it there, but sometimes you don't really see it. Well, it also depends on what you're using as your sharpener, because I find with prismas break a lot too. So now we're gonna do a bit of a darker color, which we're gonna do the seashell pink, which is like a brownish pinkish color. Now I could use nectar, but when I use nectar, I use that tendon for a more darker skin tone. You guys notice I don't really use the darker skins, but I'm gonna kind of start trying to do darker skin people, because in my Bridgerton book, I noticed that they have a lot of darker skin people, so I want to try and do that. So the Bridgerton book is kind of like going to be my guinea pig on how to do darker skin. And I tell people when you first get your Prismas colors, there is a learning curve to them. People are like, why is there always a learning curve to artist grade pencils? There is. Someone asked me, what is the best budget-friendly pencil to start with? Believe it or not, I'm going to say this, but Crayolas. Believe it or not, Crayolas have a lot of pigment in them. It's what we used as kids. And then what would you graduate to after Crayolas? Black Widows and Prismas. And anything Derwent is good too. They say the Pro colors by Derwent are supposed to be light fast. But I have found that the Pro colors are very much like the Derwent Color Softs and maybe the Colors a little bit. Someone asked me, does this paper matter? Yes, it does. Like this paper is more magazine grade, and what I mean, like it's a different, like the earlier issues of Coloring Heaven, I think up till about issue 96, the paper was like, I think issue 90, after issue 90, they changed the paper. So that's that. But you see how the skin starts to come together? Which is what I like about it. Now I'm going to put my final color down, which is this light peach. Now, some people say they use, different people will use different methods and use a blender pencil. I tend to like to use my light peach as that blender color. There's a few colors in each pencil set that I own of the higher end pencils. That does a really good job. But Livro Rembrandt, when I bought the set, they had 2 blended pencils, but I didn't know what they were at the time when I bought them. And these blended pencils do really, really well. If I didn't have them, I would buy them because they're really good product. See, and this combines your skin. It makes the skin look good. Don't know why this color is just so good at that. And I think Granite Rose in the, what are those Caran d'Ache pencils? The Luminance ones. The Granite Rose is my favorite blending pencil in that. But I like the way, like you guys don't see it, but I do. The colors come out really nice in that. Now the colors are coming out really nice. Now I really like more Lemoyne's images. I think I have 2 coloring books by her that are just starting out a Color in Heaven. I think there's the 2 or 3 issues of Color in Heaven that are just her. One of them is the Fantasy Figure Special. So now we're going to do my Finding the Lost Girl pencils. These are fantabulous as well. I really like these colors when they combine. They're not right now. These pencils are out of stock on Amazon. But I'm going to tell you right now, I will buy them again. I do enjoy these pencils. You know, what's a shame is that my money is so tight right now that I can't even buy spare pencils. Because I'm only working 1 or 2 days a week, sometimes 3. But you know, when you're working that little, it really affects everything else. I did not take a pencil sharpener here with me. Oopsie. I thought I had taken one. Oopsie. I prefer this one over that one. I used to prefer that one, but I got this one and I really liked it. But the thing is, that's better for smaller pencils like a Prismacolor. This is better for thicker pencils that are like this, rounder ones. I don't know why certain pencils work better in certain pencils. I find like for certain pencil brands, I do everything differently. I don't know what we're gonna do for this. A lot of pencils break, and I don't know why they break so much. And I also bought a little reading light for me. That reading light you have at nighttime because, sometimes I leave my light on really long time and it takes up a lot of electricity when you do that at night. So I want to try and cut down on that and maybe get in a nice little reading book light that will help me read that. I'm thinking red glitter for the things or purple and pink. I don't know what color to use, but I'm glad you guys are staying here for these things. So you see how I colored it in, made it look like a really nice color. And that is that. Thought I was going to use more of my colors, but I guess I didn't. I recently last night was using these. That's why they're out. I've gone through some of the colors already in this set. It's amazing how fast you can go through colors in a set. And not even realize how fast you can go through a color. This is called Rosy Pink, but it comes out looking like a purple. This is a color. I do not have a duplicate of this, so this is gone. It is gone. I'm not kidding you guys. If this goes down, that's it for it. My whole thing now with me is let's declutter and get less stuff. Because as you get older, you realize you don't really need as much stuff as you did before. Are these good pencils? I would say they're a very good straight color pencil. Like when I do my blending and my skin tone, and let's say I want to do different hair things, I think different pencils work for different paper. The colors work very nicely on a lot of color on a lot of paper, but they don't work good on that more. What is that paper called? The more glossy paper, like the stuff from Color It, and I found some Color It paper, and then I printed out a bunch of sheets yesterday. So I used up all my Color It paper yesterday instead of using my cardstock and my regular paper. We still have the skull to do. And who says we have to do a skull traditional? You know, this very much has Halloween vibes to it, but it also has, you know, you can color witches anytime you want. You know, I color the way that I think works best for me. I'm going to color it. I'm going to sharpen it again. I think the colors have been really nice on this one. I really do like, see, look at that. You see how nice and sharp that is? The other thing I like about Color in Heaven is that they keep everything in within a square. And once they keep everything in a square, there's hardly any, I don't think I've ever seen a page where they go into two pages. It's very rare. If you do see it, usually is in the calendars or one of the special issues, but I haven't seen that ever in a Color in Heaven. Who says we have to make the skull traditional? We don't have to make the skull traditional unless we really, really want to. Now I'm looking for a nice light gray. Metallic silver. And I'm not putting them back anymore the way they were organized. Some people do that, but I'm not doing that anymore because it's too hard to keep track. I've already started throwing away some of the colors, meaning I've used some of the pencils up already. Someone goes and asks me what am I going to do with the cases when I run out of these certain sets. I go, well, then I'll use them for something else. Like probably the big 180 set that I have here that holds my colors. I'll probably put all my Prismacolors in there. Then someone goes, what will you do with that? I'll probably put 2 sets in there for roominess. Then I'll have this nice little red called Fresh Red. Trust me, everything is prettier. So, what color should we do this? I'm running low on time, but I'm hoping I can get more time in there. When my mother comes back, I need my insurance card back so I can call them up. I'm enjoying these colors. I want to stream till 3 o'clock, or at least a very... No, sometimes we don't finish things on camera, but it also depends on my mood and what I feel like coloring. See, when I sharpen with the swordfish, it's smaller. I have this t-shirt that reads Broken Crayons Still Color. So I'm not sure what I should do with the colors here. Thinking bright blues or bright purples. Dodger blue. I like that color. I like that color. Dodger blue. And I like this color, light blue. And so I want to do something with my colored gel pens. Now I have my colored gel pens, which I really love my colored gel pens. I think they are a really beautiful gel pen. Put them in red. Radiant red. These are the best gel pens I've had in a long time. What I like about the colored gel pens is that they have refills and you can purchase the refills if they're in stock. Sometimes they're not always in stock, so that's the thing, the danger of gel pens. Sometimes they're not in stock. So we have used colors, prismas. Okay, what have I used? Colors, Finding the Lost Girl pencils, polychromos, and prismas, and colored gel pens. Sometimes what I do when I'm colors, I create a border around stars. So I really like these colors. Okay. I really like the way the colors have come out in this page. They have come out really nice. I think maybe there's a possibility that we can finish something on camera. If we do not, I'll probably do something else. At the end of the month, I might do another summer period picture. Then I want you guys to be aware that I am coloring these things with the idea in mind. I really like this very much. Someone had this insane theory on General Hospital. How many of us watched General Hospital? Well, there's this character who was supposed to be dead, and then now they brought her back from the dead. But someone said that character's boss is probably David Hayward from All My Children. And that character used to be married to Anna Devane on General Hospital. Oh no, All My Children. So I'm like, oh no. I do like the way this is coming out, the colors that I chose for it. Someone asked me, what is my favorite gel pen? Well, that's easy. That's the Color It gel pens, which is what I'm using right now. I'll tell you why they're my favorite gel pen. Number one, they're refillable. Number two, they're easy to find. Plus, they came in their own case. I can buy the refills easily, and they'll fit my gel pens, not a problem. Mm, the refills are very reasonably priced for now. You see how the color comes through very nicely in this? I love when they do special issues like this and they give us to us as part of our subscription. Now, this is really a gift for those of us who've been subscribers really for a long time. And I'm glad they also made this issue available to purchase for those who may not want to subscribe but just want this issue. I think this issue in particular, or this magazine, this special edition, gives you an idea of what they have offered in the past. A lot of people didn't know who Ines Guerrero was before she did her first Color in Heaven magazine. And then everybody was coloring one picture and she exploded. Ines Guerrero. Look how nice this came out. I wanted to do something a little bit different today. And I guess this also counts for Color Your Horde, since this will be the first picture that I am technically coloring in. So you see, this has become really pretty. I love this one. I think this may be one of my favorite ones of the year that I've done. Someone goes to me, can you do a favorites? I go, no, I'm not going to do that because that would be too many to dig out. Someone asked me also for a preview of my PDFs. You know, I look at this one. This one totally was a grayscale, actually, when you think about it. Cement Molly, this was definitely so this is beautiful. I love the colors. So we have technically finished a page today. Yay me! I know, and I used a couple of different brands of pencils. I didn't just use one. I used my polychromos, my prisoners, my colors, and finding the lost core pencils, and I used also a colored gel pen. So you know, to me, it all makes sense when you want to color them. You don't have to color traditional colors, or you don't have to use one brand. I say. So I'm a person who uses her budget-friendly stuff a lot more lately. Um, Here's the thing: it's called budget-friendly for a reason. So keep that in mind when you do budget-friendly pencils, that you're going to have different variations on them. And the paper matters too. You know, as much as we say, oh, paper shouldn't matter, it does matter. It really, really matters. So I hope everybody has a good weekend. I hope I get to stream again, but if I don't, probably the reason why is I'm either doing interviews, I'm working. Mondays I work. Tuesday or Friday I don't normally work unless it's the end of the month and I'm doing the beginning of the month. So keep that in mind too. So I really like the way that this one worked. So as you guys see, I've replaced my the frames are now different than what they were before. So we also had Stanley Steamer come. They cleaned out the couch yesterday, so just so you guys have an understanding of what they did yesterday. So I thought this was a good picture. I really hope so too, Molly. I'm very stressed right now about other things. I have to wait till my mother comes back from the dentist to get my insurance card so I can call up the number and then call them and let them know, and I've been paying them money. So if they have no record of me in their system, then I have to probably activate it and do all this work and do lots of other things. So, you know how that works. So, I hope everybody has enjoyed this. I know I have enjoyed this, so this will be another picture in the thing. So, I hope everybody has a good time and they enjoy their weekend. And I hope I get a job sometimes, a full-time job soon. I've been even applying for clerical positions. I've been applying for jobs in the county, and I'm hoping something will hit eventually. So let's hope something hits full time because I really need it. I enjoy doing the stream. When I do the streams, it's usually because number one, I have time or I have a certain thing I want to do with them. And maybe share it with you. And I'm also now starting to read a lot more books. Hey May. Oh, we're near the end of the stream. We just covered this. You always seem to come near the end of the stream. This live stream will be available for. Yeah, I'm hoping that I get a job. It's so hard right in this place in California. Here, everything is employment at will. It's not contract. Here, everything is employment at will. And even if they do manage to hire you full time, you have to work a year before you get retirement benefits or 3 months. Yeah, I've been reading. This was what we talked about in the beginning of the stream. I talked about this book. This is a really good, smutty read. The Coven by Harper L. Woods. It's the first in the Coven of Bones series. So keep that in mind too. So I hope everybody has. Well, you have to remember, I'm not on the East Coast anymore. I'm on the West Coast. So I'm in California now. So now I'm a California girl, not a New Yorker, but I always will be a New Yorker because over here, when people hear me speak, they go, "Oh, you're from New York originally." So it is a whole different world. So when my mother comes back with my insurance cards, my dental insurance, I'm having some issues with my dental insurance, so I need to do that. So I hope everybody enjoys the stream. Stay safe, stay well. Everybody have an amazing time. Bye, everybody.